to pull into the employee spot. Thank you.
And now we are with Deshaun Muhammad, who is co-chair of this event.
Hi.
Hi, would you tell me the purpose for the barbecue today?
The purpose of the barbecue is this is a joint event that we hold with the Human Rights Campaign along with the Georgia Equality Project to raise awareness about the political work that we're doing in the community and sort of a fun, laid-back atmosphere. Most of the time when there are fundraisers, they tend to be, very expensive, and a lot of people don't, have access to those sorts of events. This gives people who, just have $10 in their pocket and want to come out and have a good time a chance to meet each other, meet our organizations, and get to know what we do.
So are you getting everybody all riled up for November?
We are hoping so. We have got voter registration forms. We have several people who are running for office, several elected officials here. So we're hoping that everyone is going to be excited about the elections this fall. And if they're not registered to vote, then they go ahead and get registered so that they can participate and be part of the vote.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for speaking with us. And it's a great party.
All right.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thanks a lot for coming.
Folks to come out of the closet and tell their own stories. And so it's working. The fact that we have Coca-Cola on board with domestic partner benefits, and the fact that we have a hate crime law, and all of those great successes that we've found together this year are all a fact because you all have done things like come out to parties like these, but also because you've called your legislators, you've gotten involved in political campaigns, and you're doing the work of changing the world for the LGBT community. So thank you very much for your commitment. Part of the success that we have known is because of real dedicated leaders that are behind us who are office holders. And I want to introduce some of those folks to you briefly right now. Keisha Cunningham is the no longer new, but in her second year now, at the Decatur City Council. Keisha, can you raise your hand so we can see you? Oh, Keisha's going to speak to us in a minute, so I'll hold off on her. Kathy Woolard, council member from the city of Atlanta and the first openly gay elected official in Georgia, is on her way here. I want you to know that State Representative Doug Teeper is here. Now, mine is not the only bald head in the crowd. If you look back here, there's Doug. I want to say this about Doug. Doug was for hate crime legislation in Georgia when hate crime wasn't cool. He was pushing the legislation very much like that we passed this year 12 years ago with the help of Representative Nan Orrock, long before we had built the consensus around it. And his efforts and being out on a limb on our behalf paid off this year with leadership from Senator Vincent Fort and others. So please remember, he's got an opponent from another political party that'll go unnamed this fall. So if you live in District 61, be sure that you get out to vote. Who else am I forgetting? Representative Jim Martin, our great friend who chairs the House Judiciary Committee, was here earlier and had to go to another meeting. And I'm sure there will be other folks that are here. But am I forgetting somebody before I really embarrass myself? Are there other elected officials that are present with us? Well, listen, we want to say a special welcome to Keisha Cunningham because she is already giving great business-like leadership on the Decatur City Council. We're proud of her as an openly gay African-American female lesbian type person.
Good afternoon and welcome to Decatur. I am very glad to have you in my backyard. As a matter of fact, I live exactly a mile down the street this way, so I'm very glad for you to be here. And on behalf of the City Commission as well as the citizens of Decatur, we do offer a welcome. I also want to acknowledge my partner, Lenny Lassiter, who is the first Butch of Decatur. Raise your hand back there. She refused to go by the First Lady, and so it kind of just worked out that way. I won't keep you too long from the festivities, but I do want to say that if we are not part of the political process, we will be forgotten. When folks ask me, how did I, a short African-American female lesbian, get onto the Decatur City Commission, it's a very short story. It's a story of me looking around and seeing the political landscape and noting that there were some things that were going on that I wasn't comfortable with. And as you all know, the game of politics is a game of inches. And certain folks were gaining inches in the leadership roles in our community, and I wasn't happy with that. And so I didn't think about the fact that I was gay or lesbian. I didn't think about the fact that I was short. I didn't think about the fact that I was African American. What I thought about was the fact that we needed to have different voices at the table. What I thought about was we needed to have representation at the decision-making table. And next thing you know, here I am. And while my opponent did do everything that he could, as you can probably imagine, we did win, and we won with a consensus and a coalition, and I'm very proud of that. And so on behalf of the City of Decatur, I want to say thank you for being here, and I want to say thank you for what you're doing. And in this year 2000, which is a presidential election year, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of things that we must do in order for us to maintain the progress that we're having. And so with that, I wish you a good afternoon, and eat up, drink up, and thank you very much to the Georgia Equality Project and the Human Rights Campaign Fund.
There's another cameraman out there. Behind the tree. Really, it's best. Trying to say right over here. Not gonna strain your concentration. Hey, how are you? Yeah, just trying to get people to know where they ought to be.
He blocks him all the time. Hey, babe. Oh, my neighbor Kim.
Kim Trust. Nice to meet you. Yeah, they had a month-long series. Well, there wasn't really.
I'd like to welcome everybody to our performance this evening. We're Garden House Dance Company. I'm Ayana Williams. I'm the board president, and the choreographer is Nicole Liberatos. And after the show, if you stick around, we'll have a discussion, an open discussion with the choreographer and the dancers. I have a mailing list that I'll be circulating for anyone who wants to be added. Also have flyers to pass out. So we'll be here next Sunday as well. So if you'd like to come back and bring your family and friends, we'd love to have you. And we'll be here next week again and on September the 10th. So just sit back and enjoy the show. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And please stick around for the discussion. Thank you. Thank you.